Thank you everyone for coming. Today will be about the Family Caregiver Survival Guide and balancing holidays and how are we going to handle that with care. One of my favorite quotes is by Rosalind Carter, and there are only four kinds of people in the world: those who have been caregivers, those who are currently caregivers, those who will be caregivers, and those who will need caregivers. As we go into the next couple of slides, I will lead into how at this time we're approaching Thanksgiving as well as the holiday season, how this is just a time where many people feel very overwhelmed, especially those who are family caregivers. Some of those responsibilities will be inclusive of travel, expectations, cooking, and kind of getting everything ready for the holidays. That is also increased due to the fact that we're also trying to maintain our daily routines. This can put a lot of emotional pressure on everyone, especially for those that might be a little bit type A and have the holidays being so important and really wanting to execute it perfect. When you have someone who is in your family, a loved one with dementia, you may notice more behavior changes, confusion, or maybe the holidays can be just very overstimulating and might be too much for them. So, one of the things that I want everyone to know is that you're not alone. There are many people having the same feelings. And when you have someone that you're caring for, especially one with dementia, where do we start and how do we get help? And how do we try and not have burnout? And these are the kind of tips and tricks that we'll be teaching you today and kind of going through some resources that can be an extra benefit, especially at this time. So one of the key caregiver tips for the holiday season that we find that will make this time just an easier load for those that are caring for a loved one is to keep it simple. We like to say KISS, right? And when you're using the KISS model, focus on meaningful traditions and focus on the feeling that you want. Sometimes we may not be able to do everything, but the biggest thing is to just keep calm, reduce the stress, and not overwhelm yourself as well as for the loved one that you're caring for. Because one thing we do know is true. Sometimes we may not say it, but when you're caring for a loved one with dementia, they may feel the feeling that you're feeling overwhelmed. Another factor is preparing your loved one. Some of the factors that can come into play when you're caring for someone with dementia is music. Music, scents, photos create a comfortable environment. I know for myself, I can't wait to play Mariah Carey holiday songs because that's something that is very true to me and speaks to my childhood. And there may be specific songs that you have played as a child that your parents will know, or they may have specific songs that can really change that environment and really make it familiar and comfortable for them. And I think also plan activities. When you're planning the activities, that can really help you navigate those days, especially on the holiday day. For someone with dementia that is going to be at the house with you, because you don't want to make it too overwhelming. So plan specific activities that can keep them alert and also relax for that day. Another factor, which is number three, which is set realistic expectations. Communicate openly with family about the loved one's needs. And remember, you are not required to meet every request or attend every event. Reach out to support. One of the biggest things that we can do is share responsibilities, share caregiving tasks with families or friends, and or maybe those tasks can't be done by you, and reach out to a caregiving agency that can assist with some of the tasks that maybe you can't be able to get done. And I think the biggest thing when you're caring for anyone with dementia is to allow yourself to have breaks. This is what we call in the medical field respite. And sometimes that respite could be having a caregiving agency help you and your loved one, or It could be that you may have to take a break and have your loved one, maybe the Christmas Eve or a couple days before the holidays, have them there so you can get the tasks done if maybe it's too overwhelming for you. And I think one of the key things that we're going to be talking about for the next couple of minutes is how, with the GUIDE program, this can offer that respite care and support for you to be able to recharge. And this is the right time to start planning for that for the holidays. Support for you as a caregiver. Even with careful planning, the holidays is just overwhelming, even if you weren't caring for a loved one. When you add that factor, it can become extra stressful and extra tiring. One of the key supports that we have found to be very helpful is through the GUIDE program. The GUIDE program stands for Guiding Through Your Dementia Experience. This program will not only recharge and give you the needed respite, it will also give you some relief outside of the holiday season. One of the other key factors that the GUIDE program will offer is tips for keeping your loved one calm and comfortable. This will be done because it will give specific trainings for you as the caregiver to learn how to specifically care for someone with dementia. Also, it will give you the opportunity to speak with a geriatric case navigator that can help walk you through what tips and respite programs are available and resources in your local community. It may be a challenge for you to navigate medications or being able to understand all the medications your loved one is taking. That geriatric case manager will be able to assist you and walk you through that and know when are the opportunities to possibly see your primary care physician and help you schedule those. This also helps maintain routine and reduce any holiday challenges going further. I hope this gave you a little bit curiosity about the GUIDE program because we're going to go a little bit further in the next couple slides. So I mentioned it before. What is the GUIDE? So the GUIDE program is Guiding an Improved Dementia Experience. This is a national program which has been started July 1st of 2025. And this program is done through CMMI, which is the Center for Medicare and Medicaid Innovation. This great program started in 2024, and we're proud to say that our agency helped start this program through a pilot program in 2024 and has continued doing it since 2024. And right now, it is serving approximately 3.6 million Medicare beneficiaries that could benefit since they have the dementia diagnosis. One of the benefits that we're going to go through is respite. With the GUIDE benefit, you will receive 72 hours of free respite care per year. This includes in-home care, this includes adult daycare centers, and stays for respite. It gives caregivers time to rest and recharge. It gives you 24/7 access to a care team and helpline. I think overall, this is the best benefit for this program. I think when there is an issue, it's never at the most convenient time or maybe 9 to 5 for most businesses. This opportunity would give you someone at the beck and call that you can call at any time that's going to be familiar with your loved one's care plan. Then that dedicated case manager can coordinate clinical, community resources, and anything that you may need during this dementia journey. I think it's very important when you're caring for anyone with dementia that many times it may feel that you may not have all the tools in your toolkit to help and assist them. This opportunity will be right there that you can call and just consider it's one dial away to getting to what you need to move forward and have the relief you need with caring for a dementia patient. This process is a comprehensive assessment and will do a personalized care plan. This will also help with just navigating local support that will help just for not only your loved one, but also for them moving through the dementia experience and resources in the community. How does the GUIDE support patients? Like we mentioned before, it is a 24/7 clinical assistance that you'll have through your navigator, as well as the medication management, the education and training, and the respite care. These supports, just to let everyone know, might take from the caregiver about 90 minutes every year to qualify for this program. The assessment piece would be 90 minutes where you and your loved one would be doing an assessment with our guide provider to see if you qualify. Once you qualify, you will have check-in meetings with your care navigator on a regular basis to make sure that they're always checking in and if there's any additional needs that they can help you. So who is eligible for the guide? The biggest thing is that you have to be enrolled in traditional Medicare Part A and B, having a dementia diagnosis, or you have cognitive impairment, and we can give you that dementia diagnosis through our guide assessment. You have to be living at home, either in an assisted living, a memory care, or in your own residence. You have a family or a unpaid caregiver involved in that patient's life and willing to receive services to the guide. Having that opportunity is huge. If you're able to have traditional Medicare, you have a dementia diagnosis, and you live at home, and there is someone in your life, a caregiver, that is helping you, you would be able to qualify for the guide program. One of the key outcomes that we have seen with the GUIDE program is that it has reduced inappropriate utilization of hospital stays. Like I mentioned, you will have a care navigator that will help you throughout the journey. There are some times where it might not be an issue that needs to be escalated to the actual hospital, but it might be something that is not an urgent matter. And it might be something that a caregiver could come into place for maybe anxiety, or going back to their primary care physician, or maybe going back to a rehab or outpatient therapy. And that person would be able to triage that situation and see what the best protocol would be. We also have seen that we have a 98% patient, caregiver, and nurse satisfaction. Having this extra assistance is just really satisfying for those that are a part of this caregiving journey because now they have extra support at all times to kind of guide their way through this. Another part is there's 12 plus average escalations avoided for every patient annually. And we have seen that 80% all-time retention over the past year from 2024 to 2025. You may be wondering some questions, and we will be opening that up shortly. But one of the things I do want to make clear is who can be eligible for the guide. VA patients can be eligible. Duly certed can be also eligible, who are Medicaid patients, patients that live in a memory care, and patients that are on palliative care can be eligible. I do want to also say that if you are a patient that is on hospice, that would not qualify you for the guide. So how do patients qualify for paid home care respite hour? Patients must have moderate to severe dementia and a family unpaid caregiver. That caregiver may be the power of attorney, could be the daughter or granddaughter, whoever that person is for that loved one. That caregiver does not need to live with that patient for them to qualify for this program. Is there any cost or copay for guide services? And this is no. The guide program is offered at no cost. And like I mentioned before, this is a research program, and this research program will be over the next 7 years. And this is an opportunity that you can every year be re-enrolled by doing that 90-minute assessment every year to get your benefits for this program. This program will give the opportunity for many other people, possibly for when Medicare looks at this at the end of 7 years to say, this is something that we may need to roll out as a standard operating process for Medicare. I also want to include our contact information. My name again is Dr. Michelle Rankin. My direct phone number is 214-383-0555. Our fax is 214-383-0538. And my email to send any requests or information on this call that you may have any questions about, please send me an email at info@rahdfw. And another thing that is omitted from this slide is our website. If you're needing some more information, how to navigate those conversations in the holidays, or just even start the conversation of care, please visit my website at www.rahdfw.com. And I thank everyone for being on the call today. I hope this was informative. And if there's any questions, I'm going to open up for anyone to ask at this time. Our first question is, can the GUIDE program be used along with VA benefits? Yes. You can be a veteran and also be able to benefit from the GUIDE program.
Michelle, if someone does not yet have a dementia diagnosis, what should they do if they have cognitive difficulties?
If they're having cognitive difficulties, we recommend one, contacting us. We can go through our assessment process and get you that dementia diagnosis through our assessment through the GUIDE. What if the person has long-term care insurance? This won't be a factor. If you have long-term care insurance, you can still also benefit from the GUIDE program. Well, I just want to thank everyone for joining us for the Family Caregiver Survival and Balancing Holidays and Care. We hope this presentation empowered you to take some key tips for yourself and for your loved one. And as you're navigating the holiday season, just stay calm, stay confident, and know that there are resources out there for you. Right at Home wants to be a great resource for you. So know that this caregiving journey is not alone. And we're participating in this for the reason of helping you and making sure that you do not reach burnout and that we can catch it earlier. We just want to thank everyone. If there's any other questions, please feel free to email me or even just contact the Eventbrite link. And thank you so much. Have a great evening.